Dear graduates, you did it. You're about to graduate from one of the elite universities, not just in the country, but the entire continent. A massive congratulations to each and every one of you. You can be so incredibly proud of what you've achieved. And I'm genuinely honored to be a part of it. And thank you so much for having me back. It's an absolute honor, as mentioned. And it's absolutely surreal to stand here only 4.5 years after I graduated. Even more so because I unfortunately missed my own graduation due to personal circumstances, and I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. It's a lovely ceremony. It's so beautiful. So I'm really, really happy to be here. And so you're asking, who is this guy? Well, I'm Alex. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Germany, if you're wondering where the accent's from. And I went to Warwick from 2016 to 19, where I did a bachelor's in management, as mentioned. And I went to Cambridge University afterwards, where I did a master's in entrepreneurship. And fittingly, I built my first business called Connect Earth, which is a climate tech company. We work together with banks to help them measure and reduce their own and their customers' carbon emissions. We're based in London, but we also have presence in Chicago, so North America, and in Bogota in Latin America. And so let's speak a bit more about Warwick, though, and my experiences here, because that's truly what we're here for, right? When I graduated, I had a huge range of feelings. The 3 years I spent here personally shaped me probably more than anything else in life to date. For example, it's mainly the people I met. I met some people who I now call my absolute best friends. We still hang out all the time, think about the old times in the places like the Learning Grid or in Leamington in certain areas. I met my partner, Kim, here in the library, who I'm together with for 6 years and 4 days, which is pretty cool. We had our first date in the old library in Leamington. Don't really recommend that place, to be honest, but it worked out in the end. And I also felt and still feel extremely grateful for the opportunities Warwick gave me outside of the campus, like climbing Mount Kilimanjaro was part of the RAG Challenge and raising money for the Meningitis Research Foundation. But more importantly, being part of this alumni community means so, so much, especially in the early days when I was building my business. I didn't really have a brand. I didn't really have an idea of how to sell into banks. I was 24 years old. The only banker I knew was someone who came to Warwick to give a guest lecture. He ignored my message. But basically what happened was I just reached out to a bunch of Warwick people that I found on LinkedIn who worked in finance, who worked in banking, and they supported me to this day. So do make use of that community. Why am I telling you all of this? Well, I'm inviting you to reflect on your own experiences here. The people you met, the experiences you have. Look around at who you actually met on campus here and really feel grateful for that. It will stay with you forever, and you all have your own experiences that you should be truly grateful for. But when I was in your seats, albeit virtually, I also felt fear, I felt anxiety, I felt uncertainty. 4 years ago when I left, I had no idea what I wanted to do, genuinely. I wanted to build a startup. Great, how do you start? Some of you may feel the same way about the choices you've made or the choices you haven't made yet. Some of you more, some of you less. But contrary to what many believe, I think that fear and uncertainty is good. Without it, you can't actually push beyond your comfort zones. You can't grow. I really didn't think I was running a business 4 years down the road, but I know what pushed me there was confronting my fears every single day. There are two foundational things that I live by every single day, that's very personal, that I want to talk to you about, that have helped me get to where I am, and I would like to talk about them now. And do take it with a pinch of salt, of course, I'm only 27 years old, so I have a lot of life to live, hopefully, but these are the two things that I genuinely live by every single day that help me. The first thing is that you should never stop seeking discomfort in life. In her book named Grit, which I highly recommend, by Angela Duckworth, she outlines how passion and resilience are the secret ingredients towards long-term success. Having passion is easy. I'm passionate about football, about sports, about traveling, about music. But resilience is really only built through experience, through throwing yourself at situations that you didn't really expect you'd throw yourself into. For some of you, it may have been coming to Warwick overseas from across the continent or even internationally. The second thing I would say is that consistency and focus is usually more important than perfection, unless you're a surgeon. 3 to 6 months of focus can fundamentally change your life. Whether it's in your relationships, your work, your health, or any other area of life, consistently deliver. Before Connect Earth, I had a range of business plans I was building. I made them perfect. I had the perfect logo, I had the perfect office in mind, I had everything perfect. But I gave up after 2 weeks because I was like, oh, it didn't work. The moment I stopped thinking in terms of perfection always, and I stopped thinking about consistency, about focusing on one thing, finding your one priority, it worked. It took me 3 months to find the idea, but every single day, I quit my job, 3 months to find the idea. It took me 6 months to raise the first funding round, 90 rejections from venture capital funds, which was pretty hardcore, but you have to keep going. That's the difference. And know that 3 years ago, I was in a position where I was working a sales job in London on a very low salary, and I was super unhappy, and I just didn't really know what I was doing. But it took me 3 to 6 months to turn that around. So whenever you feel stuck, truly think about what you can achieve with just a bit of focus. And that doesn't just count for your work, it counts for your health, for your fitness, and everything beyond. Your relationships. Now, graduates, thank you so much for having me here. It's an absolute honor, as mentioned. Go out there, show them who you are. The world truly is your oyster. Be the best version of yourself consistently. And most important, something we tend to forget a lot is enjoy the journey and have fun. Thank you.